10 seconds, sir.
Right.
Yes, evening. My name is Rajesh and I am moderating today's session. Today we have an amazing speaker, Dr. G. Kumar, in the session, where we will be talking about why one should take pharmacy as a career and why one should consider Geetam University for pharmacy. We'll take a few minutes for the brief introduction of the speaker, and then I'll kick off the conversation. Uh, and then the second of our time today, we'll open up the floor to give you an opportunity to ask specific questions that you have been thinking about pharmacy, careers in pharmacy, and any questions in general. I'll dive into the speaker introduction. Dr. G. Shivakumar is currently working as a principal and professor, Geetam School of Pharmacy, Geetam Hyderabad campus. He has completed 20 years of his career in academic and research at national and international organizations. He has completed his PhD from JNTU Hyderabad, M Pharmacy from Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Science, Karnataka. He was working at International Medical University as faculty for 5 years from 2012 to 2017. He has published two books to his contribution. The first one is Biology and Ecology of Pharmaceutical Marine Scenarios, first edition, and it was published in July 8, 2019. And the second book is Textbook of Pharmacognosy and Phytochemistry. It was published by S. Chan and Company Publishers Private Limited in 2014. He has received many major and minor research projects at national and international organizations. He has published his research work in 73 peer-reviewed national and international journals with total impact factor of 38, H-index of 14, I-10 index of 17, and his articles were cited by more than 9-10 researchers. He has presented more than 40 research papers at national and international institutes, and he has guided 3 PhD students and 16 master students. Thank you so much, Dr. Shivakumar, for joining us.
Thank you, Mr. Rajesh.
And the show is all yours. Shall I start presenting the video?
Yep.
Right, sir.
Yeah.
I think you can start with your presentation.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Rajesh, for the brief introduction, and thanks for giving this opportunity to share and interact with the young, talented buddies who are looking for aspirants for the pharmacist as a career, right? So, first of all, I take this opportunity to congratulate all the participants who have gathered here to know what is the field of pharmacy, what does it cater for, what does it looking for, and where the pharmacy profession career is going to take up in the upcoming days, and how this career is going to be very fruitful as your career. So let me first of all take this opportunity to thank my university, Geetam Deemed to be University. I would like to first of all owe my thanks to our president, Dr. Mr. Sri Bharat Garu, president of Geetam Deemed to be University, of all the three campuses. Geetham deemed to be university is been a well-reputed university and has established since 40 years of its academic pursuit in catering the needs of educational needs in various fields, basically technology, management, pharmacy, medical sciences, dental sciences, nursing sciences, management programs, architecture, and law-related programs. So Geetham has quite a good amount of rich experience in delivering quality education and needing the requirements of the country at national and international levels. Geetham deemed to be university has been put up an experience of 40 years of its rich experience in delivering quality education. So how do we measure quality? Where do we stand now? Geetham is named after the famous personality of India. Geetham is named for Gandhi Institute of Technology and Management. And our basic principles are following upon the Gandhian principles in adapting the moral values, culture, and tradition to bring up a rich knowledge of quality individuals who can be, first of all, human in nature. So we look into the principles of Gandhian principles in taking a lot of moral values to curb the need of the human needs. So with that, we are going to have quite a good amount of information about Geetham University. So Geetham University has three campuses, lush, rich green campuses at three different states. One we are at Visakhapatnam, and the campus which is having very rich experience of 40 years. The second campus is at Hyderabad, and it's having an experience of 11 plus years and 8 years of experience, and at the third campus at Bengaluru. So at all these campuses, we have different set of programs and opportunities that have been offered to the students. So at Geetham deemed to be university campus at Visakhapatnam offers all the programs, including the distance learning programs we are offering, like as we have listed out: medical sciences, dental sciences, pharmaceutical sciences, engineering sciences, and general sciences related law, nursing, and so on. So we have a rich campus of more than 130 acres of campus at Visakhapatnam, and we are also a very rich campus at Hyderabad, where we are offering technology, management, and also basically with that of pharmacy, architecture, and humanities at Hyderabad campus. And we are also offering technology and management at Bengaluru campus also. So our student strength is around 30,000 plus as of now across all the three campuses, where the students are pursuing their education at different career prospective objects of their interest they are pursuing. So coming now, let's look into the Geetham University requirements and why Geetham University would be the next question that would be rising in your young minds. Geetham deemed to be university has nurtured and grown as the experience has been growing in the field of education. It has been able to gather a lot of accreditations, like Geetham is being accredited under the deemed university status under the University Grants Commission. And after that, it has been accredited by various national bodies like NAC. NAC accreditations has been provided to all the three campuses. Across all the three campuses, we also have ISO 9000 certifications which have been valid for maintaining the quality policies at education, maintaining the documentation, audits, and so on. Being these three basic regulatory bodies, each and every particular programs are being recognized and affiliated to the respective bodies. For example, medical sciences are being affiliated to Medical Council of India, pharmacy is affiliated to Pharmacy Council of India, Similarly, architecture is being also considered and approved by the Council of Architecture. Similarly, law is also considered under approved under bar of law. So likewise, nursing council and so on. So Geetham deemed to be university has taken all the additional measures wherever it needs, affiliations, recognitions, accreditations. It would be in the forefront to meet all the requirements of these particular accreditatory bodies, so that it will always stand ahead of all the other particular institutions and deemed to be universities. Apart from these, it has got approvals from All India Council of Technical Education, being a technical institute, technology institute. So we are also approved by All India Council of Technical Education, being one of the major vision of the quality policies. The vision of Geetham deemed to be university is to be a global leader to achieve excellence in the global education. So in this direction, the Geetham deemed to be university is growing and various different aspects, and providing opportunities for the student to develop their career, nurture their career, and excel in their career. So Geetham is providing such kind of opportunities, opportunistic options to the students. So coming to the research, Geetham deemed to be university has been recognized as category A university from MHRD, that is Human Resources Department. So it's been identified for qualified and well-reputed projects and publications, so that the university is graded by the MHRD as category 1 university. So as of now, the NAAC accreditations A+ is being marked for all the campuses for providing the quality education. So this is about in general about the Geetham deemed universities across all the 3 campuses. So Geetham deemed to be universities is known for its infrastructure, which is matching to the world's standards, and then the requirements and the facilities that have been provided are earmarked in when it compares to the requirements and facilities that have been provided across all the 3 campuses. Across finding out, like if you could start coming out counting in terms of Visakhapatnam campus, we have a rich campus of 130 acres plus, which comprises of various buildings which will reflect and demonstrate various Indian architectural buildings like parliament buildings and so on. We are having we have a good facilities at the campuses for basically for sports, cultural activities, hostels across all the 3 campuses. We do have basically a cricket ground which has been accepted not only to play the national games, international games also can be played over there. So we have all kinds of sports facilities where students can develop their interest in terms of sports. And if you could look into the other particular campuses, also have a similar infrastructure which has been reflecting in across 3 campuses. Over to coming to the campus life, we are being having guided by the various set of standard requirements of the Vice Chancellor, chancellors from the Vice Chancellors, followed by Pro-Vice Chancellors at the various campuses to look upon the administrations at all these 3 campuses, followed by various directors which are following up from the front line to lead the schools in the direction to reach our goals of global top leaders. In 2040, we should be targeting up to 2020. That is basically we should be at the top 100 universities. So Geetham is marching towards growing in to the global excellence to provide quality education. So this is our main goal. So we are looking in providing quality education plus cultural, academic, and other particular sports and other particular aspects for student growth. Now let's talk more about in specific about the general feature about the pharmacy. What is pharmacy profession? So pharmacy profession I think you would have got a tinge of the teaser what has been played in the initial period. Pharmacy is an healthcare professionalist program where we are going to be a part of an healthcare profession. So what do you mean by this group or a healthcare professionalist group? Who forms this particular group? So if you could see the healthcare sector, basically doctors, pharmacists, nurse all three will be playing an integral part. Each one has its own role in the healthcare sector. Coming up to the medical professors or medical profession, if you could see, most of the aspirants who are been completing the intermediate with biology background or BPC background is aiming towards medical. It's quite obvious. Everybody has dreams, and dreams will reach us to the goals. So with this, if you would like to see, everybody would like to be a doctor. It's a very good dream that you have. So what is that profession that where you are being looking upon? What does it serve for? Is it the only profession which can serve the complete purpose, or do we have some of the other similar looking professions which are very close enough to be a part of the healthcare system? So if you look into the medical profession, when a medical profession, when he completes, when an individual aspires to complete the profession as a medical career and completes as a doctor, what will be the major goal of his particular sector? If you could look into this, he would be basically identifying or diagnosing the diseases. So he would play a major role in diagnosis of disease. Whereas if you look into the pharmacy would be an integral part of preparing medicines. So, and nursing profession would be a very integral part to administer these medicines to the needy, who are basically patients or who may be looking into the various kinds of illnesses. So if you now look into as a whole sector of healthcare, neither of these individually can aspire as an individual goal. Either as a medical, nor as a pharmacist, nor as a nursing can achieve the success of treating the illnesses. So we need helping hands each other. So if a doctor is helping in producing or identifying what is the kind of disease is being diagnosed, and a pharmacist is going to take in care of this medical profession, identifying the body needs, what are the disease structures, what would be the target for curing these diseases, will be the major part of pharmacist program. So pharmacist program will, once they complete as a healthcare program, what they are going to learn in this program. So if you see pharmacy as a profession, we have various opportunities that what we are getting in this case is a bachelor degree program. A bachelor degree program is a 4 years degree program, which basically helps you to understand what are the diseases, what are the various structures of our body, what will be, how the medicines have to be synthesized, how it has to be administered, and how we can discover new medicines. Now, in the current pandemic situation, if the whole world is looking into basically the healthcare team. The healthcare team, we compromises that we have understood that a doctor, a pharmacist, and a nurse makes an integral role, each one of them plays an integral role. And the world is looking now for a new medicine, right? And world is looking for a new vaccine. So if you could look into the opportunity, even in this pandemic situation, there is a never-ending opportunity, a never-ending requirement of production of new drugs, discovery of new drugs. As and when we find new diseases, we would like to look upon opportunities for discovering, identifying new medicines. So pharmacists are going to be an integral have their integral role in discovering these medicines, and then there could be a very important part of this healthcare sector. Now, within this 4 years degree program, what and all we are going to learn? So we would be learning to know how to synthesize new medicines. What are the aspects that we would be catering in these 4 years? So we would be able to learn to synthesize, discover, and also to convert a medicine into a dosage form. Now, dosage form means it may be a conversion of any a raw form of a drug into a finished drug. What do you mean by this finished drug? So if you could look into it, conversion of a substance or a chemical substance into a medicine, basically it may be in a form of a tablet or a solution or in a form of an injection, has to be converted. So that would be dealing with basically with the finished dosage form. So you are going to learn all these aspects and be a part of the industry to involve in this production, quality control, quality assurance, packing, and so on. So there are industry is a vast ocean. The opportunities provided by these industries, the requirements for the need of a pharmacist is vast. Each and every one will have an equivalent opportunity and they can try to reach their goal in different ways. Like for example, when they need to learn this pharmacy profession, they would be knowing about three main aspects which would be nurturing their career. One is they would be following up in terms of developing that knowledge. Practical skills plays a very important role, and Geetham deemed to be university stands front to deliver quality education by providing good education by the teachers. One of the most important part that a teacher should have to join in to teach in Geetham University for students is he or she should be completing a doctoral degree program. So he would be specialized in a specific area so that he would be able to give his knowledge, expertise to the students, that what he has learned to incorporate in the young minds. So he would be a very aspiring nature so that he would deliver the quality education to the students. Coming up to developing to the next skill, that is practicals, we are having a well-developed infrastructure labs which can meet the standards of global standards and can be able to get accreditations at the national level. So we would meet the requirements of developing this practical skill and the knowledge skills very well fulfilled with the Geetham norms. And of course, looking into the regulatory bodies, we have been recognized and regulated by the various councils so that we fulfill the norms of the regulatory bodies too. And then, apart from this knowledge and skills, what you would be looking upon, the next important aspect that you would be looking for. The next important skill that you would be looking for is your attitude. Attitude will be a major component apart from this education, that what you are going to learn in terms of knowledge and skills, you would be able to have good attitude. Your attitude will be very important in nature. So in the course of 4 years of time, you would be able to develop attitude and knowledge and skills. So what else is required to a upcoming aspirant or a student who would be looking for pharmacy as an education? All these three would give them plethora of opportunities. Now, what are the opportunities that can be aspired after the completion of 4 years of pharmacy degree? Once they complete, they would be recognized after completion of these are all some of the plethora of opportunities what we can find. One of the opportunity that what they can pursue is they would be going for as a pharmacist. They can register their profession, that what they have practiced in the mode of 4 years. They can register under Pharmacy Council of India and they get a recognized certificate known as registered pharmacist post. And registered pharmacist certification will be able to achieve after that particular 4 years of completion of training of this particular degree. And then this can give opportunities at the government and non-government sectors. Now, what is the government sector opportunities that are being provided? He can be a pharmacist, or he or she can be a pharmacist who would be serving in the community, basically in the hospital pharmacist. And then you would also get an equivalent opportunity after qualifying a competitive exam. You would be qualified as a gazetted officer from the Ministry of Health as a drug inspector. It's a gazetted officer post. He can be a qualified chemist. He can be a qualified analyst. What are the roles of these? They can be checking the quality of the medicines that are being sold in the market, are they have been meeting the standards or not. They would be the checking agents or checking management of these particular drugs which are being sold in the market to the best safety or not. Coming to the other opportunity of quality chemists, what do the quality chemists do that? They ensure the quality is being utmostly being required or not. It is either it is completely fulfilling the needs of the medicines or not. These are being first of all being produced by the companies. Do they follow the norms? Do they follow the standards or not? So these quality check has to be done and ensure that the medications, once it is used in the body, we cannot withdraw the medicines. So we have a greater challenge when we are targeting diseases and for various illnesses. So we cannot, once administered drug cannot be withdrawn from the body until unless it is a forceful removal of this drug by various methods. See, other good opportunity is they can look into the industries where plethora of options can be obtained to a pharmacist graduate, where he can look into based on his skills that what he's developing, and based upon his knowledge, you would be able to look into opportunities of production, quality control, quality assurance, marketing as another career. So there you would be able to develop a product, and then product management skills can be obtained. He can be a part of testing the quality of these in the trials. Basically, these are called as clinical trials. A medicine that has been synthesized cannot be used directly. It has to be tested. Now, everybody has been identifying in this pandemic situation why vaccines are getting delayed for a longer time. Why it is not able to be produced at a very quicker rate when there is a need or a demand? Because it needs a lot of protocols, lot of testing at a very higher levels and increased levels. We need to identify the safety of this produced new medicine or a vaccine, how far it is effective, how it is effective to treat or prevent the disease. So it's a good opportunity. Apart from that, you can see that pharmacy career can also give good opportunity in academics. They can pursue their degree, their masters in a specific area or a specialization, and they can start being a part of academic culture. They can be a teacher. So a B pharmacy graduate can teach diploma in pharmacy student. A master's in pharmacy student can teach the B pharmacy, and then PhD can teach all these above. So we are producing or giving the quality education by the main requirement is we would be initiated basically in terms of quality education by the specialists or doctorates who are being in our university. So these are all some of the opportunities. Pharmacovigilance is another opportunity where even the drug is available in the market. We need to find how best is it having any side effect or not. There are a lot of examples where we have got identified a lot of side effects. Even the drug after its usage, after 10, 20, 30 years, they are identified that they are not safe. For example, one of these drugs is statins. This statins was one of the wonder drug and a blockbuster drug which had made lots and lots of billions of rupees in US and across the globe. We can find statins were the ideal drugs for treating cholesterol or higher cholesterol in the body. And now, upon usage of these medicines after 20 years, now they are saying that the reports have been reported saying that they can cause diabetes. So you can see that there are a lot of opportunities. Even the drug is available in the market. They can find out how, when, and what are the side effects of these medicines can be always been checked through these various opportunities. So as a career, as a profession, we have plethora of opportunities to learn, to identify, to develop, to know the knowledge, and to share the skills, and you will be able to be qualified and develop as basically as a very good human. So being a part of being good human, because we need to understand patients. Either when the patient comes to you, how are you going to treat them? How are you going to feel that there is a need? Because when a patient comes to you, one of the major criteria they look into is they should be having trust in a particular doctor, pharmacist, or a nurse. So when they come to a doctor, they trust that the disease is diagnosed well. When it comes to a medicine, patient is looking to see that when I consume this medication, will I get cure or not, right? And when it comes to the nurse, the right way of administering is carried or not has to be identified. So with these, you can find there is plethora of opportunities across the field, and there is a never-ending opportunities that the pharmacy field can be providing in these days, in the past, and in the future. And India stands a quite very good amount of business in terms of global market and in the domestic market. India stands number 3 in producing quality medications. Reason is each one of the states contributes a lot for development of new medicine. And the surprising or interesting factor that what we should be amazed here is the whole world is now looking to get good amount of medications from India. Reason is India pharmacy market can able to produce quality, cost-effective medicines. Now, even the Russia has been developed a new vaccine. It has tied up with Dr. Reddy Laboratories to produce the higher quantities of vaccine. So there is an agreement that has been gone. US, in the recent terms, they have given an what do we call it as signed an MOU to give chloroquine as one of the drug to completely be for the treatment of this pandemic situation. So if you could see the global structure, there is a vast needs of basically at the pharma market. India stands number 3 in producing quality, cost-effective medications. So these are the various opportunities that we do get when we look into pharmacy as a profession in the various areas. So either it is industry, or it is community pharmacies, or it is industries, or if it is a higher educations, and then pharmacists at global sector gets a good amount of opportunity, right? By taking up some qualifying exams, they can be a registered pharmacist in the respective countries. Maybe if you could browse and then you can find out more of this information, you can see that a pharmacist at US will be the highest paid throughout the globe. And an average, if he qualifies that 1 exams of pharmacy graduation, and the basic education is that what we all read, right? So here we can see that if he qualifies this competitive exams, he would be considered more than a doctor. Reason is, and an average salary that what you would be getting is very high, equivalent to a doctor. Like for example, if you could see at the US structure, the normal average salary for a qualified pharmacist is $9,000 every month. Okay, if you could look into the Canadian market, it is not less than 8,000 Canadian dollars that is being given. So if you look into Australia, similar amount of remuneration is being provided. Reason is pharmacy profession is highly in demand, and you could see that it is an utmost valid and utmost responsible position for treating the medications. When it comes to counseling, pharmacist plays a very crucial role. How, when, and how the drug has to be given, which drug is suitable, either the drug is safe or not, what are the conditions that it can be treated. So these are all the various aspects that we are looking for when a pharmacy graduation is completed. So I hope that you have got a gist of a requirement, need, and where do we stand, what does a pharmacy is requiring, and where do we look upon a pharmacy education from here. So it's always an evergreen need of humankind. So with this, I would like to end my discussion. I will be open up for my Q&A. So I will be happy to share with you with more information from your end. Thank you.
We already have a handful of questions from our viewers. So we have Shivani asking, how does Geetam University ensure that practices at college are met according to industry standards? Could you throw some light on that?
Okay, can you please repeat? Slightly
Sure.
very clear.
So basically, what Shivani is asking is, how does Geetam ensures that practices that are being followed during teaching are meeting the industry standards?
Okay, fine. Yeah. So what do we need? What do we do in this case is, we first of all, when we are teachers are being taken into the selection role, we have a very serious selection criteria to be checking in their quality standards, their skills for delivering the content, what would be the research. So we would first of all gauge the quality before they would be entering into as a teaching profession. Our teachers are committed. How do we match the standards with that of the industrial needs is, we always have an interaction in terms of guest lecture sessions. We bring experts from the industries and have a good amount of interaction with the students. Every 15 days, we bring an expert from the industry, and then we allow the expert to share the knowledge, what is the current need of the hour, and so that they will be sharing their expertise. So we are bridging the gap between industry and university at our university. Of course, apart from this, we have MOU, that is Memorandum of Understanding, with global universities. Like we have currently, our university is having pharmacy team is having an MOU with University of Technology Mahara, Malaysia. So here we are going to have an exchange of students and faculty for their cultural growth and for their development of knowledge and studies. So students are being given opportunities to exchange their ideas and go and learn and come back. So we have such kind of opportunities. So in turn, our teachers, industrial experts, our experts from the global sector, as giving us a total knowledge to ensure that the students can be geared up for the upcoming future. Yep.
Right. Thank you, Professor Shivakumar. Professor Shivakumar, actually, a student is asking, what is the difference of career prospects for B.Pharm graduates pre and post-COVID? Can you please elaborate the difference between that?
Okay, yeah, a post-COVID situation, actually now this is a need of the hour. Actually, if you could see, COVID doesn't add more light onto us for our requirement. It's a pharmacy being an evergreen profession. After the post-COVID situation, we have a lot of challenges, basically in vaccine development, and it's a delivery of these vaccines to a mass immunization program. There is lots and lots of new opportunities. Reason is we are under a population of 130 crores. So how to mass immunize these kind of people? So I think once the vaccines are under the progress of delivery, they are being working from various companies like Bharat Biotech, Dr. Reddy Laboratories, and so on, from Pune, National Institute of Virology. Lot of scientists are working in this field to develop the new medicine or vaccine for this particular cure. Research is all the places research is going on. So pharmacists and scientists have very good opportunities where we are going to discover, produce new medicines, and also to involve in the research so that they would be able to cater the needs of the upcoming days. So post-COVID, we have wonderful opportunities in terms of these vaccines and medicines. Everybody has become now health conscious. In these past, before COVID, if you could see, nobody would have been concerned more towards education because the illnesses. If you could see, the complete population, only roughly around 8% of the people are very health conscious, and they are contributing their salaries or their incomes towards their medication. Now there is an urgent surge of need of requirement of medicines. So if you could see, either vitamin C's, B complexes are being widely been synthesized now. So upon post-COVID, everybody has become health conscious. So this is another plethora of opportunity for the pharmacists, so that there is a urgent need of a good amount of quality pharmacists, good medicines, so that we can have a post-COVID facing by our young graduates. Yep.
Thank you, Professor. Professor, how is Geetham University modifying the admission procedures due to the current COVID scenario?
Okay.
How are you planning to deliver the course content?
Exactly. Yeah, thank you for that. I would have not covered this particular area. Geetham is well equipped in terms of this teaching. in this lockdown period, we never stop our opportunities. Our student didn't had any kind of difficulties. We have completely transformed ourselves into an online platform, online learning, and then all our education is been now completely online from offline. So what we have done is we have geared up at initial stages to train the faculty within a very quick time. We have geared up all the faculty to train up in a faculty development programs so that the student needs can be carried out very easily. So we have locked from March 16. We started our classes from March 25th. We started our classes delivering the content online so that no student is going to have any difficulty. So we have online classes, online examinations, online admissions, online counseling, everything is streamlined. And then we have one wonderful opportunity where the students are being now currently are doing the online program is we get them with the our visionary president Sri Bharat Garu has signed an MOU with Coursera. It's an online platform where we can get opportunities for online learning across the global universities. So Geetham University is giving an opportunity for the students, faculty to learn online, sitting at home. We can earn certificates. So this is extended for the next 3 years. For the learning purposes, Coursera is being licensed, and then the access is given to all the students. So students are getting a lot of opportunities. Those who have never get an opportunity, look upon the Stanford University or University of Mississippi or John Hopkins University. Faculty and students are getting the benefit sitting at their home, logging into this particular programs, and then learning what is happening at the global level. So that they are qualifying, they are getting certificates out of it. So they are getting equipped, getting value-added programs from Coursera. So it is a wonderful opportunity what the Geetham has been taken up in this case, and we are very thankful to our president, visionary president, who is having this foresight, and then he would be looking the education at the next level. Yep.
Right. Thank you, Professor. Professor, could you please help us understand the scope of research work?
Okay.
After B Pharmacy, because there are a few students who are asking what about research work.
Right. So yeah, let me address this particular question. See, at the graduate level, when you are going to complete B Pharmacy, those students who are interested in a specific area, they have to identify their interest, scope of interest. Now at this intermediate level, your scope is quite limited. Reason is your approach is either looking into subjects. So when you are growing at the pharmacist at the bachelor level, you will identify what is my interest. For example, which subject I would be more interested. So you would be looking into opportunities because at the university, a lot of professors and the teaching faculty has having grants. So what do we do here is at the university level, students gets opportunity to work under this research team because we are categorized as MHRD category A category university because we do continuous and a constant research. So students can be a part of this research so that their name can be exposed towards publications, and they can get a good opportunity for their research scope. So once they complete degree, because a bachelor degree program is a combination mixture of many subjects. When you look into masters, it narrows down at one particular subject level, so that if your research skills are interested in one area, you can focus towards that area and you can start developing your interest in the research. Of course, the Geetham campus at Vizag and also at Hyderabad, we get opportunities at masters and also at PhD level. So as of now, we are able to guide and bring up scholars who are interested in research at undergraduate, postgraduate, and at doctoral level. We do offer opportunities for the students to carry out research at a very good international reputation. Yeah.
Thanks, Professor. Professor, could you please throw some light on admission process and the admission criteria for P-Pharmacy programs at Geetham University?
Right. Thank you. Yeah, in this admission process, actually the basic criteria that what Geetham University is looking upon is the intermediate is one of the first basic eligibility criteria. They should be either from BPC background or MPC background. So if they are students who are completed under the BPC background, they would be able to take up one subject in the first semester as a remedial mathematics. and MPC students will be doing remedial biology as one of the examination in the first semester. Now the process of admission is either through any one of the qualifying exams. One is GETAM admission test. So they need to write an exam of GETAM admission test, and a ranking should be obtained so that they will be eligible for taking up the admission criteria in the universities, either at Visakhapatnam campus or at Hyderabad campus. Second point is we would also equivalently consider if they are qualified in competitive exams like MSET exams of the different states, and also NEET exams we would be considering. And we also have international students admissions also is been undergoing in the campus. So our admission process is completely transformed into online. There is we can start the process of admission till the online classes completely online. So we are completely transformed from offline to online mode. Yeah. Hope that answers the question for admission criteria. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Professor. Professor, how well is the curriculum of GETAM University in line with the corporates?
Right. Let me throw some light upon the syllabus and curriculum. In B Pharmacy across India, we have one syllabus which is being regulated by the Pharmacy Council of India. We do not have a different syllabus which are being framed by our own interest. So what is being done in the new guidelines of Pharmacy Council of India, we should bring in uniform education throughout India. So to cater this particular need, they have decided and defined a particular curriculum which is being regulated and modified every 4 years. So what happens in this case is, from north to east, south to west, we are following one syllabus which has been regulated by Pharmacy Council of India. So what we do add upon the value-added programs is we follow the regulatory norms of the Pharmacy Council of India. After following it, we added the value-added programs, like for example, Coursera. We bring in some of the value-added programs from industries. We bring in some of the value-added programs from various areas like statistics. Some of the students are interested doing very good in statistics, so we help them to do the statistical programs. Some of the students are very good at computers, software learning. So pharmacy also provides a very good opportunity for learning softwares, because softwares are being guided in all the sectors. Documentation practices, laboratory practices, if you could look into, we bring in experts from the industries so that there are value-added programs as and when required. We keep on training, equipmental training. So by the end of the 4 years, students can get a lot of exposure towards equipments, facilities, infrastructure, and the needs of the global needs. So what does the industry looks upon? So these are all the value-added programs that we would take into consideration in GETAM deemed to be university. We look into all these aspects so that our students are ready for the industry once they complete their 4 years of bachelor degree.
Right, Professor. Professor, could you please help us understand what is the last date for admissions?
Yeah.
At GETAM University, Hyderabad.
Admission process are online as of now. Things are still going on. As of now, we know that we have a good amount of students who look into pharmacy as a very good career, but they are having a question of doubt that still the results of the NEET or MSET of the particular states have not been completed. So we look into it. Still the UGC has given us a guideline till November we can extend these admissions for the first year. But as of now, we have geared up. We have started the programs of first year. If the students are going to join late, we are going to continuously have an alternative batches so that the students will be following the continuous batch, so that they would not miss this academic session, right? So that our students can get the good benefit out of these kind of lockdown time. Their academic years are not wasted. Yeah.
Thanks, Professor. Professor, I have one question regarding placements, but I think you might find this repetitive, but there are 5-6 students who are asking about the placement scenario and the career scenario of the pharmacy. Could you please help them understand what is the average CTC like? What sort of placement scenarios exist? What sort of career options exist?
Yeah.
After pharmacy?
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Rajesh. It's a very good question from most of the students. So because before we start our career, we should look upon where do we land. Yeah, of course, if there is a if wherever we go across, we will be looking upon what will be our future, what will be our profession, and how do we prosper. So it's a common question to all the students at the current mode. So if you could look into the opportunities, as I have segregated them into three different concepts. One is the industries, another one is as a pharmacist, another one is they can go to the higher degrees. So if you could categorize these three into the sectors, industry plays a major role. If they are very good having the practical skills, got good amount of exposure in the learning the practical skills, handling equipments, pharmaceutical equipments, obviously they would be well attracted towards industries. So here, industry as a part, everybody has an equivalent and a good opportunity. For example, a student who is having a good memorizing capacity has a good opportunity in developing his career in intellectual property rights. So there, a lot of regulations will be the major factor. So he gets an opportunity in the regulatory affairs. So he has to remember, and then he has to recall what are the drug laws and so on. That's one area. If a student is more interested towards practical skills, maybe towards microbiological skills, then he can get a good opportunity in the quality control. He get a good opportunity over there. If a student or if an aspirant is looking in some of the additional skills like leadership qualities, he has a good opportunities in the product development. So each and every particular skill that is developed by the student has an opportunity. We cannot basically summarize this requirement of placement. It's all individual. So if a student is interested in statistics, you would be looking into learning this statistics as a biostatistics as one of the subject in the curriculum and develop his career in the statistics program. For example, we have a Six Sigma as one of the statistical tool which is available in Coursera. You can complete the Six Sigma programs like called as Yellow Belt and Green Belt. It specializes in only the statistical area. So he can go into the industries. Basically, you will be his part of work would be only designated towards calculations. So you would be looking into analyzing the data. So data analytics in the upcoming days is going to play a major role, right? And if somebody is very much interested towards community service, of course, they have got good opportunity in terms of pharmacist position. The artificial intelligence is coming up a major role to identify the roles of the new diseases, how medicines have to be prescribed, how it has to be demonstrated, how it has to be counseled to this plays a major role in terms of community medicines or community pharmacies. So apart from that, if you are good, competent enough to take up the challenges, you can start from the year one. Now build your complete 4-year programs in a very good prospects so that you can start writing up competitive exams for basically for a drug inspector post. From there, he would be going into the government sector where he can start regulating the people, where he can control the quality of medicines, where he can give his quality service to the pharma sector field. So by giving his services can also be identified as one of the major area over there. If a student is very much interested to do his research and so on, he can always look into academics as a career. There he can develop, he can pursue his interest in a particular area and focus on it and then develop into a new career. Yeah. So it's I would like to look into a gist. For example, mark sheets are developing or a good amount of CGPAs will not be able to develop the career. So we wanted a pharmacy graduate to be an overall personality, and B Pharmacy, according to the Pharmacy Council of India, is recognized and approved as MSc programs. Reason here is the amount of the knowledge and the skills that they develop, it is equivalently considered as MSc. So we have norms according to that. So based on your individual skills, you get scope. Okay. So what we do as Geetam here is we try to identify your skills and then nurture them, grow them in this particular area. So we identify, give interest, gives particular targets for the smaller projects to learn, gain knowledge, and then gain skills so that they can develop into as a whole career, right? So a plethora of opportunities are always there. It's all the individual perception, skill, the self-motivation is must necessary in this case. So we have good amount of opportunities in the field of pharmacy. Yeah.
Thank you, Professor. Professor, ideally, all-round development should be the objective of any educational institution. Uh, can you please explain us how is Geetam justifying its role in the all-round development of their students, especially when it comes to pharmacy programs?
Yes.
Please help people understand its role when it comes to pharmacy.
Yeah, very good question, Mr. Rajesh. I would like to applaud the individual who has raised this question. I will be very happy to share this. Geetam is having a holistic approach of teaching and development of culture. So we have in the campus 6,000 plus students have been studying across in this Hyderabad campus, and then more than 14,000 students at Visakhapatnam, and so on. So now we find a multicultural dimension of the students. We have a lot of student bodies which can accommodate, develop their skills at different levels. For example, at Hyderabad campus, we have 16 student regulated bodies, which will be focused towards one of the activities. Maybe it is NSS, NCC, sports, innovations, or it is team building, or it is what do we call it as focus towards the competitive exams, and so on. So students keeps working in this university at their own time. Students are being given a very good opportunity for them to develop. We have innovation labs wherein which students, we have given supercomputers for the students to work on so that they can develop their skills. We have a lot of softwares to learn so that the students are able to learn across borders. For example, we have engineers across borders. So a pharmacy student can merge with basically an engineering student, and he can start developing a medical device. So it is giving a multi perspective of objective here. A student who is going to study pharmacy can talk to a mechanical engineer or an electronic engineer. Now you can see that earlier days are being gone where stethoscope devices have been now been replaced with the smarter devices. So there is a scope wherein which technology can be brought into the field so that our students can talk to the various other cultures. So if a student is more interested towards sports, we have a lot of opportunities to them to learn. So if a student is having some leadership qualities, he can have a liaison between a management student. So if you could see an overall perspective of cultural growth, it's an opportunity for a student to be in the university, right? So it is not only education, like for example, we have common sessions, common festivals. So here, all the culture, the mode of interest is commonly come together. So we have sports festival, we have cultural feast. Students organizes a lot of activities. A student can join into a journal club. For example, he can, if his focus is basically towards mass media, he can go into journalist. So our students, there is a lot of requirements in the mass media requirements. Basically, if specific subject-oriented experts are always been in need of the hour. So either the journalist, or it is technology, or it is management, or it is an architecture. A pharmacy can develop an hospital because he has that basic knowledge what is a pharmacist is looking into. And if he develops and exposes and liaises the ideas with an architecture, he can come up with an idea with building an excellent infrastructure for a new hospital. So I would find Geetam as an opportunity to grow. As a career, if you could see, here is an holistic approach and a overall cultural development to be a best, to be a good human being. He can explore himself. So sky is the limit here. Yeah, a pharmacy student can match or talk to a student of basically who is a robotic engineer, right? So he maybe the concepts that is explained, maybe it can be involved in producing a new medical device. So always there is an open culture, and then we accept new ideas, because nowadays each one field do not have much of scope. When we merge together with two to three different fields, come together, come up with new ideas. So Geetam is a place of opportunity. That's what I would like to feel.
Thank you so much, Prof. Shiva Kumar. Yep. In fact, you've done a fabulous job, and our students must have felt helpful. You have covered all the points required when it comes to studying pharmacy at Geetham University. Thank you so much for taking time out and joining us on a Tuesday evening.
Yep. Thank you so much, and all the best wishes for the aspirants who are looking to build their career in the field of pharmacy. You are welcome to the field of pharmacy profession. You are welcome. You have come here. You have thought in your mind that this could be a good idea or not. Please think over more and then step into it. The way will be automatically be in front of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Rajesh.
Yes. You can close the window, sir.
Yep. Thank you so much. I can close the window, right?
Right. You can.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for joining the session. If you still have any more queries, you can reach out to Geetham University website. You can go on to Geetham University website and you can talk to the program advisors over there. Thank you for joining us on a Tuesday evening. Hope we have clarified some of your questions you have regarding the pharmacy programs.